Greetings, ladies and gentle players. It is, if you can believe it, June 1st, 2020. It's already June. Jesus. This year is like half over already. Where does the time go? But yes, June 1st, 2020, a Monday. That means it's a wonderful day for murder, but you might be wondering if it's a wonderful day for murder. Why are you clearly looking at a professional game, sir? Well, that's because I got something exciting to show all of you people. So, if we go back in our Wayback Machine, you might remember how there was a young Japanese player who I was really excited about. His name was Shibano Torimaru. His style was such that I was like, you know what? That dude's gonna be a 9-dan. If he's not one of Japan's top professionals in the next coming years, then I'll be shocked. And lo and behold, not wanting to brag or nothing, but I was right, just saying. And you know what? Oh, dude, there's another. Another is rising. This time in Korea. And oh my god, this guy, he appears to have a fascinating story already. Baek Hyeonwoo, I guess is how you pronounce his name. He's a professional 1-dan right now. And he doesn't have very many games on Go for Go. I'll show you, as you can see here, he's got only 20 games on Go for Go right now. He's brand new. But as you can see, he's doing really well. Like right here, he beat a professional 9-dan. Here, he lost to a professional 9-dan, but don't let that fool you. He played a great game against that 9-dan, and he had reached a point where it was like impossible for him to lose it, right? This guy is on fire. If he's not one of the next Korean top players, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked. And I've been looking for an excuse to bring him to your attention. Those of you who are patrons, you might know that in my study groups, I've kind of been going over this guy's games because they're amazing to look at. And what's even more fascinating is how he's become a professional, I think. I don't know this guy's story, but look at this. Let's zoom in real quick. Zoom in and enhance cliche. Like you can see here, right? He was playing again. He's entered as an amateur, right? He's an amateur. Baek Hyeonwoo ama. And unless he had a promotion ceremony that occurred, and if you know, you can let us know down below. Unless he had a promotion ceremony that occurred during these 2 days of this tournament, I think because he got into the Miley Cup, he defeated his round 1 opponent, he defeated his round 2 opponent, and got to round 3 as an amateur, he was promoted to professional 1-dan. I think that's how that happened. If you know differently, leave down below. I'm really fascinated to know if I'm right or wrong about that one. But it seems like he entered as an amateur, he got to round 3, and I think as per the rules, if you are an amateur and you get that deep into a professional tournament, you're promoted to a professional. It's clear you ain't an amateur. Now, I don't want to spoil the result of this game, so I can't show you some of the other games that are in his list because the current game I'm going over is listed in that list. But suffice to say, he has beaten multiple professional 9-dans. He's beaten a lot of people, considering his early career. So I've been dying to bring this guy to your attention. I think this is someone you're all going to be paying attention to. If you aren't already, let's go over this game. I think you're going to like it. So, Black opens up taking a 4-4, and White's like, I am a professional 8-dan. I will allow you to play whatever you want, you stupid 1-dan. I will play diagonal, I do not care. But that's rarely taken up. It takes a 3-4, nice and calm. Double 4-4s from White. Now, yes, I know. I'm not usually on board with the 3-3 train. Not normally. I'm not normally on board with the 3-3 train, okay? I'm not normally. But hear me out. The story gets better. White drops down. Classic Joseki. If you know me, if you're White on this board, I don't think there's anything wrong with just playing the old school as an amateur, especially as a Q amateur. If you're here, you're trying to like wrap your head around which way do we block as white and why and what variation do just play old school. Believe me, it's going to be fine with you. As long as you're like a halfway decent understanding of how to use influence, the wall is going to be fine. I promise you. So, white, being a professional idan, is, you know, looking for those percentage points. Like, if I play this way, I get like a 2 or 3% better result than if I play this way. So when you're playing like at that very, very top 1% of play, that's when you start like kind of nitpicking on the various percentages. For us, unless we're 9 down, it ain't gonna matter. So we play here, here, into here. Now, common thought process here is, since I had my corner stolen, if I don't go and do that back to my opponent, then 3 corners versus 1, right? So you gotta do it. So corner gets stolen as expected. Right. This is pretty common. It's a bit of a trick. Teeny tiny trick here. The idea is if they can force, like, not a back off, but let's say this, then, oops, guess who just gave me Sente again? I managed to get a result equal result in your corner and Sente to play elsewhere. Big brain. So we see this a lot to try to, because there's no reason not to. If your opponent pushes and cuts and gives you Sente back, you're absolutely happy. So if you see this in your games, don't fall for it. It's bad. And the reason why I say it's bad is because not only are you giving Sente away, but this is also Sente later on, right? Right? This is also Sente later. So if the idea was to use the influence to build this side, getting a free move there to reduce that, that's pain. That's pain, man. That doesn't go how you want it to. That don't go how you want it. So instead, black comes out, and white's like, well, you're not going to do the 3-3, the push and the cutty stuff now. So, ha! And what does black do? Bam! Goes into Chinese. So, he invaded because he had a fairly good assumption he'd be counter-invaded, and then with the wall that he built, he played the Chinese. Oh, it's adorable. This opening is so lovely. I tried to play it in my games for a solid week, and I was never able to. I was 3-3ing. Maybe it was 2 weeks. Maybe I played it for 2 weeks. I don't remember. Maybe it was 2 weeks. But I tried to do the 3-3, to try to get the counter 3-3, to build the wall into a Chinese. Didn't work. This is like pure big brain professional opening. I gave up trying to play it. It just never worked out. I wanted to, because I fell in love with it the minute I saw the formation. It's like you're playing the new stuff so you could transition into the old stuff. Yeah, I want to do that. That sounds fun, right? But oh well. Maybe I'll give it a couple more tries every once in a while, but overall it looks like it's not going to work. But alright, we got a framework here. And now, this is where it gets fun. Like, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of territory here. Here's the thing. You can't let your opponent get that. You can't. You can't because you 3-3'd him. And this is low amounts of territory. You'll never equal this if black, for example, like, gets on the stone in here. You'll never equal that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to pull 36 points out of where? The corner? No. The corner and the corner? No. It's a death sentence. It's a complete death sentence. So, yeah, you're not going to play that. You know you're not going to play that. So, he plays in. Because if we do anything else, and he gets this, it's just too good. So now not only did you play the new stuff to build the framework, but now you've got your opponent diving into your strength for you to attack it. Ooh, it just feels so fun. It just feels so fun. But now how do we handle this? We have to be careful, because here's the thing. One of the reasons why we can actually play this Joseki, or this Oak this way, as white, is because this wall is a bit of a scam. We've got forcing moves into forcing moves to really just roll this wall up on itself and just smack it. So you're going to be tempted to attack from the bottom side, but then it's gonna go badly for you. So white goes on top. White goes on top. Or black does, sorry. And now we have a problem, because how do we run away from here? If we lean, solid wall. So white comes out, because yeah, this way, this is we don't want to play this way. We don't want to play this way, right? We know right away this being developed is bad. Like, if you get this into here, for example, you have a weak group to attack still. This area is growing out of control. This wall is being made useless. But at least we got those points in the corner, eh? So he runs out this way. And black says, no, I'm calling your shape out, buddy. You can't do that. Instead, I'll cut through you and win the game instantly. Instantly, I'll win the game. And if you just draw back and I get to Hane, I'm going to win the game again. Because you just had to reduce the wall that you gave me. I love this. It gets pressure 8 done, mind you. And he is going hard against him. Like, I've said it over and over again that I think it's unfortunate that we don't have in Go the concept of check. Where you play a move, and that move is threatening to just win the game with the result, right? And you've got to try to find a way to remove yourself from your opponent threatening to win the game right then and there. This is what that is. If white's not careful, it's checkmate. Game over. You don't come back from that. Not at pro level. Not at pro level. You just don't. Right? So he plays here, because again, if he plays this one, this is sad. This is sadness and sorrow at MP3. Right? And if we play here, same thing all over again. This is growing on the 9th line. Jesus Christ. This is still running away. We don't even know for how long it's going to run away for. Like, how long is that going to run for? How long is that going to run for? How large is this wall going to be? You know? If you saw white doing this in your game, you wouldn't even think you're playing a professional. You'd be like, have you been drinking, sir? Your shapes need to be better than this, right? So he's trying to fight that. Okay, double Atari. Okay, we're good. But he's not getting distracted. It's like, yeah, if we play something like this, then our opponent can play here, because now there's this one, into like this one or something, or worse, this is just quick and dirty variation. He's like, no. My threat is how fast I'm growing. So he plays the Hane. He's not getting distracted with this little weak stone. This weak stone does not have any bearing on the fact that he's profiting like a madman in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Right? Tari. And he's not playing this one, because this just gets bad again. This is just game over. Right? Let's play here. Now black's following. It really looks like the Shorewind strategy again. Like, I have not seen the Chinese Fuseki played where it reminded me of why it got the moniker Shorewind strategy. Like, oh, it's just so good. It's just so good. I haven't seen a game like this in forever, and he's doing this to an 8-dan professional. But okay, he's out now, and this group needs to be a little careful. So mind you, he's not getting greedy, right? He's not being like, I'm going to be greedy now. And just hope and pray you can't counterattack me. Right? That would be the amateur style of play. Where like, maybe he can't, maybe he doesn't know how to attack? And I'll be okay if I just close my eyes and pray? Like, this is gonna be fine. This is gonna be okay. We'll get through this somehow. Like, no. No. Pros know better. Pros know better because they've gone through the gauntlet. They play a lot of games. They know if they leave weakers behind, oh, it's gonna go bad. It's gonna go bad. So yeah, protecting. Great. Good solid move. I like it. But now what does white do? Now what's white do? What's white do now? What's white do now? There are moves. He can approach. He can expand. He can enclose. He could jump out again, technically. Well, this is black's win condition, clearly, the bottom right-hand corner. He's profiting. So now it is white's turn to try to put black in check. Reason why I say that is because if this lives nicely and puts pressure on here, where is black's territory? Where is black's points? The bottom left-hand corner and whatever this turns out to be. That's not going to be enough. So white's like, okay, I'm going to try to win now. Hane. Could Hane back be getting to Atari into an extend variation and then this profits? So the change of direction here is pretty good. Note, black is not backing off here and calling him out on it. He's not going to just be like, doot. This is enough, right? No, this is a horrid failure of just epic proportions. Because now you've got to reduce all of this because all you've got is this section here and this section here. So now black's like, nope. We must keep fighting for the glory of our family. Black finds white having the exact same thought process. Like, I just can't let you get a whole bunch of crap here and take all my stones, so I need to fight. So they've got like a little bit of a weird position here. We can connect this one because this Atari is not a ladder. Tries to come on out. Threatens to kill the 2 stones. Is now out. That is larger than... Hello? This. It's just that much larger and that much less for white, right? You can see there between those 2 variations. We have a whole extra line of territory compared to here. We've killed 2 more stones compared to here. The wall doesn't exist anymore that we saw on the other one. So it's not bad. Same idea, but he's getting more for it. Now, it's black's turn to have Sente. Picked up a bunch of points. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. So this is 20 pointsies. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, maybe 30. Maybe 30 points? 40 points? It's healthy for, how many moves in the game are we? 44? Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Cool. So what do we do now? What are we going to do? Can approach. Can approach over here too. Can say, darn the torpedoes, full speed ahead and attack all the things. But those of you who are more astute fighters, you know, if you want to reduce the bottom, there's a way to do it. You know what that is? Do you know what that is? You know what that is, right? If you are out there screaming at your monitor now, you run the weak group into the area you're trying to reduce. Then you get a cookie. Go to the kitchen, get yourself a cookie. You deserve it. Yeah, just run this down into here. White said, okay, I'll run down there. And then what is Black going to do? Black is going to get there first. So, bam. His moves are just so smooth. His moves are amazing. I like. This is the kind of Go I like watching. And it reminds me of classical Go, in a way. That's probably a weird thing to say. So let me explain that a little bit. Like, nowadays, we're kind of like all about, more about like the little bouts of territory and like, you know, living here and there. And there's less of a focus on like whole board thinking, cosmic styles of play, having your stones like all work together, right? And here you can see that his stones are working together. He had like a plan from the start. And yeah, everything is just coming together. And it's just a joy to watch. It's just an absolute joy to watch. So White knows better than to respond to this. Because if he makes this strong, it's going to be bad. So he plays away. Because if we do something, let's get greedy. Let's get greedy. Here, here, into anything else. Like, look at that. We kept all of our points, right? And now you're dead. You have nowhere to go anymore. You have nowhere to go. You're dead. You're dead. This is why we can't respond to it. Because even something as simple as just this and giving a couple of extra moves away cuts your line of retreat off. Because Black got there first, got you to respond, and then you're dead. Isn't that cool? Tell me you guys aren't becoming fans of this guy, and I'll call all y'all liars. So White's like, I'm out of here. Got a response in, because the Atari is still strong, right? Atari here to cut through and do stuff. Response, and then stop responding. He passed the idiot check. We attached. He fixed his shape. We get to follow up. And now this is nowhere near as threatening anymore, because he gets to follow up and reduce it. White tries to fight, because the outside is really important right now. Keeping his eye on the ball. Takes, and then goes to connect. But that means that group has been killed. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. I love that he played Suppression late on, because there's a lot of really basic thought processes going on right now. Right? I've mentioned before, one of the easiest ways to reduce an area, drive a weak group into it and follow it. That's exactly what he did here. The opening is kind of sexy too. So good. White cuts because he's growing. White's 8 down. He's no slouch. He knows this is growing. And he needs to grow something because this area is kind of big. It's kind of getting... It's alright. Alright. Now, if you can imagine next move for White, it's going to be on the right-hand side, right? Left-hand side, sorry. So we play here. We don't get distracted with dumb stuff, because then we might have this one into like this one, and then we just watch as this keeps growing. So, not falling for it. We follow up. He's trying to grow. That stone does not matter right now. White is fine. He fixed himself. He's alive. So we need to keep his growth in check. Continues up. Pressure being applied. Time to go back and live before our counterattack comes against us. That is now a ko. We can also do cool things like play literally right here to connect up, right? So we've got this one to live. We've got this one to live. And we can still come on out. So black says, okay. That means Sente. And again, I'm not normally on the 3-3 train. But here it kind of makes sense because everything is perfectly alive right now. So an approach is weird. We have nothing that we can really grow, so the approach is kind of weird. So I'm not normally on board with the 3-3, but okay. I get it. I get it. Nice that he's not picking the crazy Jiseki just to be a hipster. Not picking this one. He just pulls back. I like. Hane. Into Hane. Into Tigermouth. Yes. Now we get to extend out because it puts shape. And because there's no other large move on the board. Like, where else can we play to take territory or to reduce territory? Nowhere, right? So there's no reason not to just go ahead and see what's here. So we poke here. Can we Hane? Maybe. All right. That means these 4 stones are in trouble, so attack them. They're falling back. The reason why they're falling back, by the way, because if we play here, there's this one. And now what do? Do we play here? Probably not. Do we play here? We could play this one. It looks like that one works, right? But the problem is, it works like here too. So, why would we give ourselves this shape when we don't have to? So he just extends. He just extends. The shape there doesn't seem like it makes any sense to poke at it. So instead, he's picking up points nice and solidly. Black comes out. White's trying to kill. Now he's got his stones working against the Wondan. White is flexing his 8-dan prowess now. He's like, okay, yeah, you got me in the bottom right. Okay. But now I'm going to show you what I'm made of too, punk. Stupid Wondan. That right there is pokes in. Now you might be like, why did he poke in? That seems weird. Well, let's imagine this one. Look at all the cutting points that are being activated. Let's play this one too. There, now you can see the problem even better. Like, where are our eyes? Do we play this way? We could. We absolutely could. But remember, we have to be very, very careful on how we handle this. Because this counterattack could wind up killing white stones. We have to be very, very careful in the middle. It's not overwhelmingly in white's favor. It's balanced on the head of a pin. So he pokes on in, trying to keep his opponent disrupted. Black goes back for similar to what I showed you. You can maybe get this one in later on. That'd be kind of nice. Here, save. So he defends. Goes in to save himself. Follows in. Time Suji. You can always tell a Time Suji when you see one. Like, if you're in this part of the board, you're fighting for your life, and then suddenly something's played elsewhere, you know that was Time Suji. Like, I don't have to look at the VOD, if there is one, to see what happened here. Like, that was clearly a Time Suji. And now he's resuming the pressure on the group. Black throws in. This game looks familiar. I think I may have actually reviewed this for my patrons. So those of you who are on Patreon, if you've seen this game before, sorry. Defends. Attacks. Atari. And just like that, it looks like the top is dead. Tries to counterattack. Again, doesn't get distracted. Sure, cut through here and kill everything. The top is going to die. At the very least, the top is dead. White surrounds. And now what comes next is also awesome. Black is just on point with everything. White's trying to kill his group. But Black's like, am I really dead here? I can connect. So White says, no, you can't connect. And Black says, are you sure? And White says, yes. Then that's still a co. I'm not fully dead yet. Not fully dead yet. Takes. Local to threaten 2 eyes instant. Connects. Tries to kill. Back to co. Big. Big. Back to co. Back to co. Make sure this only has the one eye. Threatening 2 eyes immediately. And that's as far as he can go. There's no good answer here. Because he has to play the cut right now, right? Has to. So then we get to go back to here. And then after he plays that, there's more threats, right? There's even more threats. Because you've got this one here for another eye threat. So that's more co-threats. You've got like Ataris here for more threats. You've got a cut through here for more co-threats. White throws in the towel and resigns. He's like, I can't win this. I cannot win this co. Killed him on the top of the board. Destroyed him on the bottom right of the board. White tried to counter by getting a kill of his own. And then his opponent still found a ko here that he couldn't win. Professional 1-dan, promoted just this year. Coming out of the gate, ripping 9-dans and 8-dans to shreds. This guy is not one of Korea's next top players. That would be amazing. And what's also further amazing is, again, is he like, from what I gather, I think he's like 18 or 19, so I think he's no longer eligible to be in that Korean in-state program. So is was that his last chance to be a pro? By entering the Miley and getting to round 3? I'm so curious about this guy. And I hope you are too. I'll be looking at more of his games. If you haven't already, patrons, I do have some other reviews of his games on my Patreon. For everyone else, you know his name. Look him up on Go for Go. His games are an absolute treat. And there's something to learn from pretty much any of them, which is insane because you don't say that about a lot of professional 1-dans. You don't often say that about a lot of professional 1-dans. Like, oh yeah, there's a ton of things to learn here because of this high caliber level of play. It's like, wow. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this game. Absolutely had to bring this guy to your attention. He did murder the bejesus out of his opponent, so it qualifies for a Murder Monday. As always, I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.